as many phone calls as we can. So, Grace, hello. Welcome to the show. Go ahead with your question.
Okay, thank you.
Are you there?
Hello? Oh.
Yes. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air po.
Oh, sige. Ako nang susunod.
Hindi, kayo na po ngayon ang nasa ere. Let's go quickly now to Carlo.
Hello?
Oh, yes. Grace, are you still there?
Ang pangalan ko, Grace.
Yes, you're on the air with us. Go ahead with your question.
Hindi, pero ang hila pa yun sa ano eh.
Okay, I think, let's talk about the alphabet soup. So J1, what's the difference?
There's a lot. And that is what is commonly known as the alphabet soup of immigration. But there is, starting with the alphabet, there are A's, D's, E's, which are investors or traders. There's F's, which are students. H, which are specialty occupation workers.
So
I, which I believe are media.
Yeah.
There are a ton.
And I would think that that's a role of an immigration lawyer. If a client comes to you and say, look, I want to stay here, then it's your job then to look for a possible visa for us, right?
Which is very much why it's important for people to go in and consult, because the general question of how can I stay here, much too general. There are so many facts behind each case, and we need to be able to determine which one within that alphabet is appropriate.
All right. Louis is our next caller. Hi, Louis.
Hi.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon to everybody. Okay, I am about to become an American citizen this December, and I have a 42-year-old daughter in the Philippines with 2 children. Is it still possible for me to petition for her, and how long does it take?
Absolutely, it's possible for you to petition for your daughter. Once you become a U.S. citizen, U.S. citizens are eligible to petition for their married children. And if they're married, if your grandchildren are under the age of 21, then when the visa becomes current, then they can also come into the United States. And that process is taking a little bit shorter now, somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 years.
Okay, what if, I'm a mom, I petitioned my daughter in the Philippines. She's not married, but she has 2 kids.
And I was going to say, actually in that situation, if the individual's daughter is unmarried, it's actually better that she filed a petition now, prior to her becoming a U.S. citizen.
Why is that?
The Philippines is the only country in the world where it's actually better faster for a permanent resident parent to petition an unmarried child as a green card holder rather than a U.S. citizen. The difference is about 5 years on the waiting list between green card holder and U.S. citizen.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. But if I petition my daughter, who has 2 daughters, but she's not married, the petition will include the 2 daughters.
Yes, it will still include the 2 children of the daughter.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah. Next caller is it Carlos? Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I'm a U.S. citizen. I brought my wife from the Philippines in 2006, fiancé. She had her permanent green card, I believe, in 2009. Now, my question is, when could she petition to become a U.S. citizen?
Permanent residents who are married to U.S. citizens can petition 3 years after being a permanent resident. So if it's been 3 years since she became a permanent resident, and not only a permanent resident, but also a conditional permanent resident, she can use that time to charge towards citizenship, and she only needs to wait 3 years. All other people have to wait 5 years as a permanent resident before they become a U.S. citizen.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today on the show. It's not the end. If you weren't able to call in, they still give free consultation. You can take advantage of that. You have to call that number on the screen and schedule an appointment and come into their office, because you charge, right, for phone and email consultations, correct?
We charge a nominal fee of $75.
$75 for phone and email consultations. But if you want to consult for free, that's the number on the screen. And what the good thing about this law firm is you get to talk to the lawyers themselves. You won't be able to, you won't be made to talk to paralegals and other people like that. Allison, in closing, what's the biggest mistake people make in terms of immigration?
I think actually you just hit it on the nail. I think the biggest problem are individuals who go to paralegals rather than attorneys, or they go to attorneys who you don't ever get to talk to or speak with a paralegal.
So it is important to talk to attorneys, and that's the information on the screen. If you want to talk to them, that's the website as well. Thank you once again, and more power to both of you. Ako po si Janelle Song, inyong kababayan dito sa Los Angeles. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you again tomorrow.
meet the Filipino Gentlemen of Jazz this summer at the Ford Amphitheater. On September 11th, American Jazz meets Filipino flavor at